Solo Leveling's opening stutters. Kind of. A better way to describe it might be to say it has a false start. We get a few musical notes. You're buckling in for the ride of a lifetime. And then it immediately fades out. For a moment, it seems like that's it. The anime has opted to do away with any opening credits altogether. Quite the refreshing take. And that's when the full song kicks in. We all noticed that, right? Pretty wild stuff. I mean, wow. No wonder we all find credits so fascinating to pore over. Why's everyone looking at me like that? Aren't these the sorts of details we all love to see? Where an element, in this case music, is commenting on the story itself. Let's look at the visuals for a second. What do we notice about the scenes accompanying those initial musical cues? We see massive doors swing open, revealing Jinwoo inside. But it's the version of him before his transformation, showcasing his previous weak and helpless state. A character who suffers near-fatal wounds to E-rank goblins. The music matches that frailty. It's a simple drum beat, a heartbeat. It reflects a life, but not a particularly vibrant one. Jinwoo seems destined to lead an unremarkable life before fading into obscurity, unless he can gain the power to become something more. We cut to a scene of 5 figures standing in a sacrificial circle. Our hero is among them. The last of the blue flames blows out, then they're all relit. A red-eyed beast appears on screen, hinting at something. We see the 5 remaining players reflected in its eye. Then it blinks and they all vanish. Except that they don't. It's hard to tell in the past blink frames that we're looking at a close-up silhouette, but it's an outline clearly not present in the previous scene. It's likely meant to be the image of Jinwoo himself, chosen for his bravery to get another chance at life, to become more than he could have ever hoped to become before. But Jinwoo isn't turned into a completely different person. As the music returns, that introductory beat remains. He may be on a different, more vibrant path, but his values remain the same. He still seeks to take care of his mother and sister. In a later nod to this in the song, we hear the repeated phrase, the headlines, accompanied first by Jinwoo's old self, and then his new self. One looking backward into the past, and the other looking ahead toward the future. The repeated lyrics once again make it clear that they are the same person. One just burns more intensely now than the other. This is reflected in the colors used in both shots. An orange light, aka an orange flame, represents the ordinary. It's nothing special, but a blue flame is significantly hotter than normal, burning on average between 2600 and 3000 degrees Fahrenheit. It's another sign of our hero's transformation into someone truly unique. Someone capable of virtually infinite growth if given adequate time and kindling to burn. Someone who, unlike all of those around him, can keep leveling up. And this isn't some random symbolic nonsense I'm making up. Flames are blatantly connected with their power. In the moment directly before the opening credits, we get this scene.
Those who awakened as hunters are a prime example of one such wonder, though their power is static from the moment it sparks to life.
Throughout the rest of the opening, we see Jinwoo's posture improve. So do his muscles. He gains a confident demeanor, a renewed purpose. We quite literally see his eyes come alive with renewed fire. While we still get flashbacks of the person he was before, there is an actual shot of him walking past a playground in a blatant display of someone stuck in the past. Most of the shots focus on his ever-growing strength, and most of the shots are likewise colored blue and accompanied by some epic music in full swing. There is quite a bit of symbolic imagery here. The shot of our main character sitting in his room, the light filtering through like prison bars. He hasn't yet been freed from the system. He's trapped by his E-rank weakness. Then there are the odd pink tendrils we see. They represent a sort of umbilical cord for Jinwoo, a lifeline, a rebirth. They also represent our hero taking his fate into his own hands. As the lyrics playing in the background call for him to reach out, he does just that. I will admit the lyrics can be somewhat confusing, mainly because the English being sung isn't very good. There's some talk about a lost bet and needing to pay the bills, lines dealing with the importance of remaining solo. And then we get an odd line about gaming and cheat codes, which seems very disconnected from the anime itself, but does feel relevant to the end credits. Those are pretty wild. I'm getting tingles just thinking about them, as I'm sure you are as well. But I won't be covering any of that in this video, keeping this one short and simple. We also get a line in the lyrics about failing feelings, followed by one of the few fully Japanese lines. It speaks of not getting rid of the emotions of joy, anger, sorrow, and pleasure. While it may initially seem random, it does prove to be relevant as the anime progresses. Keep an eye out for times when Jinwoo discusses his emotions, which interestingly enough are represented by blue flames. Fascinating stuff. Until next time, peace.